Welcome to part 6 of the video. We're now going to look at creating the chart and then moving on to the Word document. Okay, you can see in this exam paper there's still several steps left to go. Okay, so the next one's a Word one, which speaking to my students, I know you shouldn't struggle with too much, but I want you to go through it, please, and have the experience. Okay. Experience is the key, and practice is the key to passing these exams. Okay, so make sure that you are not just watching these videos, but you are actually doing the steps as well. The files are uploaded on Moodle, and also underneath the description in part 1 for either yourselves or anybody else in the world watching these videos, there's a link to the November 2008 practice papers, which are on ICT Lounge. Okay, so now we need to get NA Chart CSV. So I'm going to go into my files. Sorry, I said pause the video there because the recording bar keeps getting in the way of my icons. Right, so I'm going to go to Documents. And I'm going to go to my Year 11 folder. Okay, obviously for me this is totally different. Okay, but when you get your exam login, there's only one place you're going to need to go to, because on the P drive there will only be one folder. Okay, for me there's several folders in this computer. Right, so NA Chart, here we are. Going to open this up. Now, don't just make a chart, please, okay? Read what the paper says. Like I said, if you get this wrong, you're going to lose the marks, and we don't want that to happen. So, and it's needless. It is very, very needless. So, avoid that. The key is reading the questions, okay? So, I know it sounds obvious, but so many people don't do it. So, using the file NA Chart CSV, create a comparative vertical bar chart. Okay, vertical means the lines go up. It's a column chart. Show the number of sales each product per month. Basically, include the data from May to December only. Now, two things that can make you a bit wary here is include, and it says from May to December. May to December only. Okay, sorry if I may say I'm patronising. But it is so important you read these questions properly. Okay, so we're going to do that first. Okay, then we're going to come back to the rest. So now it's a comparative bar chart, so it means we've got to include the tea and the coffee. Now, please don't make the mistake of doing this and trying to create a chart out of it. The chart may create a chart, it may do. Okay, so if you go to Insert and you go to Chart and you choose any of these charts, it may create a chart. Okay, that can happen, but you know, it can be pretty inaccurate. The old Excel would have come back with absolutely 0. So May to December, and it's comparative, so that's tea and coffee. Okay, so when it says comparative, there's always 2 lots of data to compare. Right, so here's our vertical column chart, so I'm going to insert one of those. I'm just going to do a 2D one, and I think that'll be fine. So that's the one I'm going to do. Now, I don't want you fiddling around with silly background things and, you know, all those kinds of things. It wastes time, okay? Please stick to what we need to do, okay? Just stick to what has to be. Right, now, we need to give the chart a title, but first of all, let's follow these steps, okay? So it says, give the chart a title of sales last year. Now, you should be able to click on where it says chart title and change it, but you can't, okay? It may do, it may not. Oh, it does. Sales, always double check, last year, okay? Last year. Right, okay, so next step. Label the category axis month, okay? Label the category axis month. So obviously it's down here, isn't it? It's at the bottom. Right, so what we need to do is go to, I believe it's Format. No, it's not Format. I got that wrong. Sorry, Design, of course. And select data. No, we don't want to select data. Sorry, this is all different. I've got 2016. It's changed. Maybe it's in add chart. Ah, here we are, add chart element. Okay, sorry, 2016's just changed everything. Right, so it was just a shame in school because you got the last one, but I got 2016 and I didn't even want it to change, and it did by itself. Right, so axes titles, here we are. Right, so we're going to go with this one, horizontal one at the bottom, and we're going to call it month. Okay, now next thing, like I said, I'm following the steps. I know what's going to come next anyway. The value axis, numbers sold. Okay, so here we are, numbers sold, chart element, and axes titles, and we're going to go with this one up here. Okay, so I'm in trouble. Right, numbers sold. There we go. Okay. Now what we need to do is probably label our legend. Okay, but let's just check here. So it says the chart should show the legend to identify the two products. Okay, so the two products are tea and coffee. So what we're going to do is right click here on the series, and then what you can do is select data. Now this is a slightly confusing here. Okay, so series 1. So what we do is I believe we edit series name. So series 1 should be the first one. So we're going to call that tea. Okay, and you can even check the data because as you can see, the tea sales are higher than the coffee sales. So press OK. And then we're going to select series 2, edit the data, and the sales are coffee. Okay, so press OK. And when it's done, it's done. So press OK. And that's it. That's our chart complete. As I said, double check. See the tea sales here? You can see they're higher than the coffee. But it should always be the first one anyway. That is a little difficult compared to what it used to be. But we've done our chart now, and we need to keep that with us. So just leave that for now. You can minimize that. All right? Now, it says save the chart for later use. It might be, sorry, that was poor of me. Okay, I would now click on the save icon. Now the reason why, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save it as, and I'm going to save it as an Excel workbook. Now the reason why, quick chart, maybe just put your candidate number in brackets. Okay. Save. Right, now the reason why you probably should save it is all schools, no matter where they are in the world, a network can fail. There could be a power cut, there could be anything. Then you've lost all your work, or as you well know, my students in school, the computers can shut down without warning to do updates. Now that shouldn't happen during your exams, but please don't rely on it. Okay, any network anywhere in the world, any school in the world, it can fail. Okay, these things do have a tendency to happen. Now, minimize this. You saved it, so if anything does go wrong, it's saved. Okay, it's fine. So, next thing. So I'm just going to check my time. Okay, my time's okay for now. I may have to cut this video off at some point now. Right, so it says you're now going to edit a document about the sales of tea and coffee. So using suitable software package, open and load the file NA ICT IGCSE. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go to Word. It's a Word document anyway. I'm going to open it. As it probably saved me actually. The icons are shown. Sorry. What it is, my timer for my video, it keeps getting in the way. Here we are. I'm going to open it now. There we go. It's there. Minimize this. Okay, here it is. Here's our Word file. So let's take a look and see what it wants us to do. So it says set the page size to A4, then set the page orientation. Okay, I'm going to do half and half on this, so we can see what's going on most of the time. Now, as I said to my students, I know you're fairly comfortable with Word and whatever it's asking you to do, but please do practice, okay? Practice is the key. So, Right, layout size A4. There we go, so it's A4 now. And the page orientation to landscape. Sorry, orientation to portrait, not landscape. There we go. Portrait, and that's done. Very simple. Set the top, bottom and left margins to 3 centimetres. So we're going to set our margins now. So I think that's here. Here we are. Top, bottom, left and right. It doesn't ask for any others. Okay, so don't mess about with any others. It's a rather long way of doing it, so I'm just going to type it now. Just do whatever saves time. Okay, don't rush anything. Just keep your focus and your concentration. Now, place a header in. Right, so we're done with this part now, so you can see it's set to portrait. Press OK. Now we're going to put our header in. Just double click at the top here. So it says your name, candidate number, left aligned, right aligned. Okay, I'm not going to double click there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to view. Sorry, it's not in view, is it? Actually, no, I'm going to double click inside here again because it showed it earlier. There we go, header. And I'm going to select the 3 columns. So, all right, let's type here. So your name and candidate number left. Okay, so name. And press enter there. Don't think it matters as long as it's on the left. Candidate number. And then it wants my centre number to the right. And in the footer, automated file name. Right, so delete this bit in the middle here. We don't want it. Okay, now I'm going to select my footer. So in the footer, you can see it wants things to the left, centre and the right. Okay, file name. So automated file name. Right, so I'm going to go to quick parts. Field. Now it says file name, not file path. Don't worry about your file name too much yet, because I don't think it's asked you to save anything. So that will obviously change later when you save things. So for now you can see that's what's come up. That's fine. Right, page number to the centre. Oops. Okay. So page number. Here we are. Current position. There we go. It's there. And then today's date on the right alignments. Here we are. Date and time. And just select the date. It's not asking for the time, so just select the date. Okay. So we've got the date there now. Right, let's check my time here. Right, okay. I'm going to actually save this now and say that it's done. Okay, and look out for the next part of the video.